Okay. My model is actually training right now, but I wanted to take you through the mistakes I had made previously to just help you out. First of all, if you're having the same SSL certificate issue I was having, here's the solution. Go to your applications folder in Finder. Find your Python version, either 3.11, and run install certificate command, or 3.1 and run install certificate command, and then restart your kernel. That'll fix that issue. Two other mistakes I made. Right here, this should have said none image size 3 in the input shape. I forgot my 3. And additionally, let's see, where was the other one? In my train model, this I wrote validation, but I forgot the word data. So double check your train model function, and it should say validation data. I didn't really change anything else. I went back to the 4. I guess actually we could go back and try the 5 too. I haven't tried that. Might be interesting to see what happens there. And as you can see, it's training my model right now. And it's going to go through maybe 100 epochs. Although what will be interesting to see is if our early stopping function works here. Our early stopping callback works. But you can kind of see this training going along. Make it a little bit bigger for you so you can watch. And actually, that's it. It finished. It finished at 10 runs. It no longer saw that it was making any improvement, so it went ahead and stopped running. And as you can see, that's not great scores. 64, right? This is a pretty naive structure that we've built. This is not something we've built to be robust yet. So let's go ahead and see what it would look like to make predictions based on what we have here. So first of all, let's look at our validation data. Okay, it's batch data set, element spec, tensor spec, none 2024, 2024, 3, 224, 2243, float 3. Okay, that is fine. And you can notice it is a batch data set element. That's interesting to know. Let's go ahead and make some predictions. And our predictions are going to be equal to model.predict. We're going to pass it our validation data. And we're going to ask it to be verbose in its training. All right, and then let's go ahead and look at what those predictions look like. Okay, it takes a little bit of time to actually do the predictions, but then here we get our predictions out, and we get them out as this array. This maybe isn't all that interesting or helpful. Let's look at one instance. And this is one instance of a prediction. So it might be helpful to actually get some information out of here that would be more, that would give us more information about what was actually happening. So let's go ahead and say, let's set an index for what prediction we want to look at. In this case, we're going to look at prediction 42. And let's go ahead and we're going to print, and we're going to do an F string, a formatted string. We're going to say, what was the max value? And this means a probability, right? Probability prediction. Basically asking, what probability did you think you were going to be, your prediction was going to work? We're going to say NP, meaning NumPy. We're going to take the max value of the predictions at that particular index. Oh, I forgot my squiggly bracket. So what is this saying? This is saying what was the max value? Like, what was the type you thought it was most likely to be? Okay, what was the type you thought it was most likely to be? And what, I guess that's not what I mean to say. What I really mean to say is not what type did you think it was be, but like, how sure were you that it was A type? That's what we want to know. How sure are you that it was A type? Because each one of these values is its sureness of that type being true. for all the various 120 types, right? That's what we're looking at here. That's what this data is. So we're asking basically, how sure are you that the type you think it is the type you think it is? And then let's go ahead, and it would be interesting to figure out what type it was. So let's say print another F string predicted label. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to say unique underscore breeds. And we're going to grab using numpy argmax. And that's what I should have used before. I just wrote max before, but it's actually argmax. NumPy argmax. We're going to get the predictions. And we're going to pass in index. Let me make sure I've structured that properly. I have not. I need one more closing brace there. And that looks right. All right, let's go ahead and see what this gives us. So on oh no, it was npmax. Sorry, I was right the first time. Argmax gives us the index. npmax. There we go. So on number 42 of our validation data, it is 73% sure that it is a Walker Hound. Let's try another one. Let's see what it thinks the 0th index is. It is 39% sure, 39% sure that it is a Border Terrier. That's not great. Let's try another one. 94 that it's a Basset. That's pretty good. Okay, so this is interesting, but it'd be even more interesting if we could kind of get this data and compare it with like a picture and some other things. So let's first write a function that's going to do some of this work for us. And we're going to call it get prediction label. We're going to pass it some prediction probabilities, because that's really what those are, right? That's what those predictions are. They're prediction probabilities. And we're just going to return this work here. Unique breeds, argmax, like this piece here we want to return. Command copy, Command V. But instead of putting an index, we don't actually want index in this case. We just want the prediction probabilities passed in there. So we can call get pred labels, or I should call it get pred label because we're really only getting the one. Get pred label, and we're going to pass it in predictions for number, what do we do, 42. And this should give us the label, I forget, Walker Hound. That's right. Good. And it does. It gives us the label Walker Hound. Perfect. Now, it would be really helpful if we could pair that with our images. But to do that, I think we need to unbatchify our validation labels. All right, we'll do that next time. We'll finish this up next time. But I just wanted to show you how. First, I wanted to show you the errors I had made and how to fix them. But I also wanted to show you how to get out the prediction labels from our predictions once we ran them through our model, which again you can see doesn't look like it's great. And there's going to be some things we can work on. Remember, of course, we've only looked at 1,000 images, and there were about 10,000 or something images. So when we're ready to actually spin this thing up to do some more training, we'll look at all the images. All right. Thank you very much.